Hey guys, thanks for joining me today. We are going to look at this Steeldive sd1993. This is a GMT Master type homage. Wrist check real quick. This is my Seiko Mod SKX style baby blue GMT. This thing's pretty cool. But I thought I'd wear this for this video because this is a GMT NH34. So is this. So in the case, you do get one of these handy, albeit very cheap sizing tools and some other literature and whatnot in there. Comes all wrapped up, um, covered in stickers and cellophane and all that good stuff. And I peeled all that off of there. I do like that they put them on these little foam pads to protect them. So here's the watch, and let's let's wind this up and get it going. Let's spin those hands around. Now this thing looks great. Crown pop feels good. Screws down nice and tight. This one, so it's got a unidirectional bezel and doesn't line up perfectly, and it's 120 click bezel, and it looks like it's lined up, but by the eye it's not. I may have to fix this. Anyways, so first of all, the case, 41 millimeters. They claim 200. Actually, they claim 300-meter water resistance on these. That's pretty incredible. I don't know that I believe that. Jubilee bracelet, just very typical of the GMT Master. Signed clasp, and this one comes with this sweet milled clasp. It's got 6 micro adjustment. I've mentioned these clasps in a bunch of videos. I put them on everything. You can get unsigned ones on AliExpress for like $6-7, somewhere in there. Multiple sizes. This is the best clasp you can find out there to swap stuff, especially for the price. Bracelet feels really nice, maybe a little on the sharp side, especially but on the bottom here, but you're not going to notice that on your wrist. It's got solid end links, screw down case back. This I like the style of this case back, aside from the god awful logo that they emblazon on everything. So red GMT hand, it's red GMT writing down there. Let's spin those hands out of the way. So there you can kind of see the dial a little bit better if I don't shake the camera. Now, sapphire crystal, ceramic bezel insert. I will say that the last I reviewed a Addy's Dive Submariner clone, and that Cyclops was much better. This one is kind of distorted, kind of like bubbly, got a lot of glare on that, and that's one thing I don't like about those Cyclops. I honestly I don't like them on anything, but that's just me. So this is a bidirectional bezel, 120 click, I believe, as far as I can tell. So yeah, it looks like you got like half second. I love that bidirectional GMT bezel, but I don't love that it's 120 click. I reviewed Watch Dives that was just had 24 clicks, which was really nice. But all in all, this thing's pretty good for the $180, I think, somewhere in there that I paid for it. I mean, the movement in these things are an NH34 movement on its own is like $80, something like that. So pretty solid watch for the price. Again, all these Chinese homages, they're getting really good, and especially when they're using Seiko movements and all that kind of stuff. Let's put this on the wrist and see how it looks. Yeah, it looks like a pretty typical GMT Master homage. Fits great, feels nice. It's got a good weight to it. Got plenty of links in there, so you got a ton of room. You know, you're not going to have a problem if you got big wrists. So that's always nice. Again, sometimes I almost run into problems where I need to get extra links. So this thing is fantastic for the money. Honestly, I'm super happy with it. I'm going to dial swap this like I do. Well, what's going on here? Interesting. There we go. Don't love that. Some of the links kind of bind it up there. That can happen, and it's not the end of the world, but oh well. We're going to dial swap this one eventually for a project, but this is a great looking watch for 180 bucks. You'd be very happy with it. Nice polished sides, brushed lug tops, all the typical stuff. Signed crown, like it or not. The crown guards look fantastic. Everything on this watch is really nicely done. Just like the other Addies dive, the bottom edge of this case is crisp and sharp without being like aggressive. I've seen some of these where the case edges like are knife sharp, and I don't like that because that's not great for anybody. This does have kind of these weird male end links that I'm not crazy about. It's kind of hard to see in the camera. They don't add a whole lot to the width, as you can see, but I'm not crazy about those. But I'm sure it's much cheaper to do it that way. So, not thrilled with the bezel alignment, but other than that, everything's pretty great. So, if you guys found this interesting or you like this video, go ahead and give it a like. Feel free to subscribe to my channel. We're going to be doing more of these watch reviews, some short, some long. Try to keep this one very short. Thanks for joining me, guys. All right, so here's a Lume shot. Steeldive on the left. That is my Seiko SSK001 on the right, and it does have a lumed bezel insert. Now, honestly, the Steeldive might be brighter. It's, it's that blue versus green. Typical Seiko Lume is green. This Steeldive is all blue. So that's kind of nice to see. Lumed bezel insert, very, very legible. Indices and hands look great. Only upside that the Seiko has is that the hands are a little bit bigger and broader. But other than that, I don't know that the Lume's really any different. I'm going to give this one to the Steeldive.